In a world where trust is a weapon and loyalty is a rare currency, you must learn to see people for what they truly are, not what they pretend to be. This is not about paranoia. This is about power. Machiavelli, the master of strategy, understood that the greatest mistake a leader can make is believing in the good intentions of others without proof. If you want to survive and thrive in a world where deception is the norm, you must recognize the signs of false friendship before it's too late. Most people will smile to your face while plotting behind your back. They will use you, discard you, and replace you without hesitation. The only way to protect yourself is to see through their illusions. That is why you must understand these 7 Machiavellian signs that someone is not your friend. These are not theories. These are laws of human nature. Ignore them, and you will suffer. Master them, and you will never be betrayed again. The first sign: their flattery is a weapon, not a gift. When someone showers you with endless praise, when their words drip with admiration that feels too thick, too sweet, too perfectly tailored to your ego, you are not being complimented, you are being disarmed. This is the Machiavellian art of strategic flattery, a tactic as old as power itself. The Romans called it bread and circuses, the act of distracting the masses with superficial pleasures while the real manipulation happens unseen. A true ally, someone genuinely invested in your growth, will risk your temporary displeasure to tell you difficult truths. But the false friend? They will feed you nothing but honeyed lies because they understand that a person lost in the intoxication of praise is far easier to control. They want you addicted to their approval, dependent on their validation, so that when the time comes to exploit you, you will not even recognize the betrayal until it is too late. Test them. Demand honesty. Watch how quickly their flattery turns to discomfort when asked to speak painful truths. The second sign: their loyalty evaporates in times of crisis. Here is the unvarnished truth that the weak cannot accept. Adversity is the only litmus test of genuine loyalty. When the sun shines and the wine flows, every fool claims to be your brother. But when the storm comes, when you have nothing left to offer but your need, that is when you will see their true face. The Machiavellian understands this fundamental law of human nature. Convenience breeds false allies, but hardship reveals true ones. Observe with cold precision who remains when your fortunes fade, who answers the midnight call, who stands beside you when standing with you offers no advantage. These are the only people worthy of the title friend. The rest? They were never loyal to you, only to what you could do for them. Let their departure be your education. The third sign: their words betray their nature. Listen, really listen, to how they speak of others in your presence. When they lean in, voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper, eager to share some morsel of gossip or scandal about someone you both know, understand this: you are not being trusted with a secret. You are being auditioned. This is the Machiavellian theater of manipulation, where they test your willingness to participate in the tearing down of others. But here is what they will never admit. If they speak this way about others, they absolutely speak this way about you. There are no exceptions. There is no special category where you alone are spared. The person who betrays others will betray you. Not might, not possibly, but inevitably. Their character is not split into compartments. It is a unified whole. Either someone has integrity or they do not. Either they honor confidences or they trade in them. This is not speculation. It is the iron law of human behavior. The fourth sign: their generosity comes with invisible strings. Beware the person who keeps mental ledgers, who remembers every favor, every kindness, every sacrifice as if friendship were a business transaction. This is the Machiavellian corruption of reciprocity, the twisting of a noble principle into a weapon of control. True allies give without expectation, help without demand, support without keeping score. But the false friend, they are merchants in the guise of companions, their every act of apparent generosity actually a loan that will one day come due, with interest. You will know them by their subtle reminders, their passive-aggressive hints, their unspoken but ever-present sense of obligation they cultivate around you. They do not help you, they invest in you, and like all investors, they expect a return. The moment you fail to deliver, that is when the mask slips and you see the cold arithmetic behind their supposed friendship. The fifth sign, your success tastes bitter to them. There exists a particular type of poison that only reveals itself in moments of triumph. The envy disguised as congratulations, the hollow praise that rings just slightly off-key, the subtle ways they diminish your achievements even as they pretend to celebrate them. The Machiavellian recognizes this instantly, the quiet fury of the mediocre when confronted with excellence. A true friend shares your victories as their own. A false one tolerates them at best, and at worst, actively works to undermine them. Watch their eyes when you share good news. Study their body language. Hear what they do not say. The person who cannot rejoice in your ascent is the person who will, consciously or not, begin placing obstacles in your path. They may cloak it in concern. I just worry you're getting in over your head, or disguise it as humor. Look at you, getting too big for your boots. But the message is the same. Your growth threatens them, and threatened people are dangerous people. The sixth sign, your emotions are their leverage. This is how they control you, through manufactured guilt, through performative victimhood, through the carefully calculated deployment of your own empathy against you. The Machiavellian understands that emotions are the Achilles heel of the strong, the one vulnerability that can bring even the most formidable to their knees. The false friend masters this dark art, learning exactly which strings to pull to make you dance to their tune. They will exaggerate slights, magnify inconveniences into tragedies, position themselves as the wounded party in every disagreement, all to keep you off balance, to keep you apologizing, to keep you yielding ground. Their favorite weapon, your own kindness, their greatest fear, that you might one day realize their pain is a performance, their crises are calculated, and their neediness is nothing more than a leash around your neck. The seventh sign, you exist only when useful. The final and most undeniable proof of false friendship is this: their attention, their presence, their very memory of you fluctuates precisely in proportion to your utility. You will notice the pattern if you dare to look. Radio silence for months until suddenly, when they need something, you receive a message dripping with false warmth as if no time has passed. This is not friendship. This is resource extraction. The Machiavellian sees this with crystalline clarity. You are not a person to them, but a convenience, a tool kept on a shelf until needed, then discarded again without thought. Test it. Stop initiating contact. Watch how long it takes for them to notice your absence. The results will educate you more brutally than any words ever could. Now you know. Now you see. This knowledge is not a burden. It is armor. Machiavelli did not teach these lessons to make you cruel, but to make you clear-eyed in a world that preys on the blind. The choice before you is simple. Continue believing in pretty lies and suffering the consequences, or accept the reality of human nature and wield that understanding like a blade against those who would use you. True power lies not in distrusting everyone, but in recognizing precisely who deserves your trust and who has earned your caution. Let this be your awakening. Let this be your strength. The game has always been rigged, but now, for the first time, you can see the strings.